On the treacherous streets of Kolkata, where history and conspiracy intertwine, Charlie, a young yet formidable spy, embarked on a dangerous mission. His objective, to retrieve highly classified information that could shake the balance of global politics. This was the most perilous operation of his life. Charlie was keeping an eye on Rajiv, a notorious arms dealer with deep ties to international crime syndicates. Rajiv used his luxurious business as a facade, but Charlie knew the location of his real hideout. Today was the day to unmask him. As Charlie walked through the crowded streets of Kolkata, the city was alive with the spirit of Durga Puja. The rhythmic beats of the dak drums filled the air, along with the fragrance of incense. People dressed in festive new clothes were heading towards grandly decorated pandals. He noticed a street vendor selling freshly fried kachori. Hunger gnawed at him, so he stopped to grab a plate. Even as he ate, his eyes remained alert, scanning the surroundings. "Charlie, someone is following you. Stay sharp." Noel's voice crackled through his earpiece. His gaze locked onto a shadowy figure lurking nearby. It was tracking his movements. Charlie knew the mission had truly begun. He swiftly crossed the street and slipped into a narrow alley. The shadow followed. Without wasting time, Charlie pulled a small device from his pocket and activated it, scrambling all tracking signals in the area. But before he could take another step, Rajib's henchman emerged, blocking his escape. With his back against the wall, Charlie quickly formulated a plan. In a split second, he lunged at the nearest thug, delivering a powerful punch that sent him crashing to the ground. Before the second goon could react, Charlie landed a precise kick to his ribs, incapacitating him. But it wasn't over yet. Rajib's right-hand man, a lethal martial arts expert, stepped forward. His eyes were cold, his presence menacing. Yet Charlie didn't flinch. This was his moment to prove his skill. Without hesitation, Charlie disarmed him with a swift maneuver, sending him sprawling to the ground. A spinning kick followed, knocking him unconscious. Still, Charlie remained cautious. This man was dangerous even when down. At last, he secured the classified drive containing Rajib's secrets. He was ready to make his escape. But just as he turned, another goon blocked his path, leading to another brutal showdown. With sheer agility and strength, Charlie overpowered him as well. With the mission seemingly complete, Charlie walked away with the retrieved data. But something gnawed at him, the lingering presence of the shadow that had been following him. He knew this was far from over. As he strolled down the street, he looked up at the sky, where dark clouds were beginning to gather. He pulled out his phone, preparing to call Noel. But before he could dial, a strange notification flashed across his screen. A secret message. This was no ordinary phone alert. The text read, "You don't know what you've started, Charlie." Charlie clenched his phone tightly. He knew this message had come from the shadow. But what did it mean? Who had sent it? His mind raced through possibilities. He could feel an unseen storm approaching, one he hadn't foreseen. Just then, from a nearby alley, an unusual sound caught his attention. Charlie stopped in his tracks and turned toward it. From the shadows emerged an unknown figure, a man he had never seen before. A cryptic smile played on the stranger's lips. In his hand, he held a small red leaflet, which he tossed towards Charlie. Charlie smirked slightly and picked up the leaflet. The words printed on it sent a shiver down his spine. This is not the final message. Something bigger is coming. You don't know what you are hunting, but we know you will come looking for us. Without hesitation, Charlie tucked the leaflet into his pocket. His eyes flickered back to the shadowy figure. It was still watching him, still following him. But today, Charlie knew this was no ordinary pursuer. This was something far more sinister. Was this man a government agent? A rogue spy? There was something unnervingly familiar, yet entirely unpredictable about his movements, his smirk, his calculated presence. And in that moment, Charlie understood. His mission was far from over. In fact, it had only just begun. More secrets awaited. More dangers lurked in the dark. And most of all, a powerful force was toying with him, playing a game he hadn't realized he was a part of.
Welcome, Tian.